Out here in the FDMG Park, this is where we're going to have Pan-African Fridays once we open up. When the spring roll around, we're going to be out here in the park, brothers and sisters. We're going to have music. We're going to have movie in the park, food, fellowship. But guess what? You can only come to First Fridays at FDMG. Listen. You can only come to First Fridays at FDMG if you identify as African. Listen to me.
So Dr. Umar finally made his move. He didn't open a school, he opened the doors to what looks more like his own cult. He's now saying if you don't identify as African, don't come to First Fridays. If your hair isn't natural, stay home. What's happening here? It's like he's starting to believe his own myth. He's policing appearances before educating students. This isn't leadership anymore, it's ego worship. It's the cult of King Kong consciousness. How a man who once dreamed of educating young black boys seems to have turned that dream into something closer to a personal religion. So here's what happened. Dr. Umar went live recently, walking through a dark park like he was holding a midnight sermon, quietly repeating peace and Pan-Afrikanism. Peace and Pan-Afrikanism. It sounded like a broken Alexa on loop. He kept chanting the same phrase over and over, like he was trying to summon we fight spirits to finally bless the school. And here's the thing, if you haven't been following Umar for long, you might think this man is broadcasting straight from the front lines of a revolution. But in reality, it's just him, an empty gym, a stray cat, and his Cash App link.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
He keeps shouting out every country imaginable like he's campaigning to be president of Wakanda. Shout out to my Ghanaians, my Angolans, my New Jersey Africans, my Seattle Africans. At one point, he even mentioned Madagascar. The man listed more cities than Google Maps. But here's the thing, it's not as random as it sounds. He's deliberately trying to build energy to create a rhythm that keeps his audience locked in.
Out here in the FDMG Park, this is where we're going to have Pan-African Fridays once we open up. When the spring roll around, we're going to be out here in the park, brothers and sisters. We're going to have music. We're going to have movie in the park, food, fellowship. But guess what? You can only come to First Fridays at FDMG. Listen. You can only come to First Fridays at FDMG if you identify as African. Listen to me.
Peace and Pan-Afrikanism, peace and Pan-Afrikanism. Peace and Pan-Afrikanism, peace and Pan-Afrikanism. Peace and Pan-Afrikanism, peace and Pan-Afrikanism. This is your big brother, Dr. Umar Ifatunde Oguntade, coming to you live and direct from the John Jacques Dessalines Prophet Nat Turner Gymnasium, brothers and sisters. Oh, yes. I want to say good Garvey Day to my continental Africans, my South Africans, my Nigerian Africans, my Togolese, my Eritrean, my Ethiopian, my Congolese, my Angolan Africans, my Mozambique, all of my Africans, brothers and sisters, my Gambia, my Zambia, Madagascar Africans. We at the FDMG. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Caribbean Africans, my Jamaicans and my Haitians and my Bajans, Bermudians, St. Croix, St. Thomas, St. Kitts, St. John, St. Lucia, St. Martin, my South American Africans, my Central American Africans, my Canadian Africans, my European Africans, the Africans in Asia, Australia, the South Pacific. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Texas Africans, my Louisiana, my Jersey, New York, Massachusetts, Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, the Dakotas, Seattle, New Mexico, Dallas, Houston, ATL, Savannah, Nashville, Knoxville, St. Louis, my Philadelphia, my Harrisburg, you feel me? My York, my Chambersburg Africans, my Cheltenham, my Derby, my Yeadon, my Chester Africans. It's your big brother King Kong consciousness.
See, Umar isn't leading a movement anymore, he's leading a congregation. Every peace and Pan-Africanism has become a chant. Every city shout-out sounds like a prayer. Every live stream feels like a sermon. But the question remains, where's the school? Where are the kids? Where are the teachers? All we see is a man preaching in an empty park, talking about movie nights at the ADMG Academy, an event that never actually happens. It's like he's built an entire fantasy world at GMG Land, a place where the dream never dies because his followers refuse to admit it's already over. It's emotional real estate. He keeps people invested, renting space in their hope, so no one dares to move on. Umar even said when the GMG Park finally opens, it'll only be for true Africans. Seriously? He actually claimed that if you don't identify as African, you're not welcome at First Fridays. At this point, it's the same story on repeat, nothing new, nothing changed. 14 years, still no classrooms. But somehow, there's always a guest list.
When we have First Fridays in the FDMG Park, when we have First Fridays in the FDMG Park, you cannot come unless you identify as Africans. I'm serious. It's only for RBG. It's only for RBG. If you don't identify as African, you cannot come to First Fridays in this park. And guess what, black woman? I'm thinking about saying if you're not natural, you can't come to First Fridays in the park either. No disrespect. I love my African sisters. No disrespect. I love my African sisters. No disrespect. I love my African sisters. But when we do First Fridays in the FDMG Park beginning in March of 2026, if your hair is not natural, you can't come to First Fridays in the park, brothers and sisters. I'm just going to keep it a buck. This is for true Africans. If you don't identify as African, this ain't for you. You can come to other events. You can hang out with us at other events, but you can't come to First Fridays because that's only for the RBGs. That's only for the RBGs. If you're not a RBG, you can't come to that. No bunny hoppers, no pretendians, none of that shit. You gotta be RBG.
And then he took things even further, saying, if your hair isn't natural, stay home. Wait, what? So now black women have to pass a hair inspection just to eat a hot dog at his park? It's like he's running the DMV of consciousness. Ma'am, please step aside. Your edges are chemically compromised. Come on, man. This isn't about empowerment anymore. This is control. Umar has built the perfect loyalty test. You prove your devotion by looking how he wants, talking how he wants, and paying when he wants. And the crowd eats it up because he packages it like righteousness. He's rap manipulation in Pan-African colors, red, black, and green guilt trips. According to him, if you don't show up natural, you're not part of the movement. But no, the truth is if you don't have classrooms, you're not part of the solution. Imagine Martin Luther King telling people they couldn't march because their curls were too tight. What we're seeing isn't revolution, it's rebranding. He's turned the failure of a GMG into a lifestyle club. No school required, just vibes, donations, and hair regulations. And the saddest part, some people still think that's progress. Every time Umar goes live, it's the same performance. Peace and Pan-Afrikanism repeated like a scratched record. The man's got more reruns than Martin. Same setup every time, the gym, the mic, the echo. And that same cat wandering in the background as if he's trying to convince himself it's still progress. He always says, we're working, brothers and sisters. We're almost there, but almost where? We've been almost there since Obama's first term. And at this point, every live feels like deja vu, same words, same chants, same Cash App link. That's not leadership anymore, that's performance. He's rehearsing hope, keeping people emotionally tied to a dream that's been spiritually delayed. And when anyone asks real questions, he flips the script. Suddenly, you're the problem. You haven't done more for the race than me. You can't question me. But hold on, if no one can question you, how are you supposed to be accountable? That's cult behavior. The real genius of Dr. Umar's strategy is how he turns every failure into fuel. Every critic becomes proof of his importance. Every doubt becomes validation that he's chosen, and every exposed lie becomes a test of loyalty. It's manipulative, but it's undeniably effective.
Brothers, we are not at the swap meet, my brother. We had to take all the furniture out of the Most Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey Elementary School and bring it into the gym as we renovate the Most Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey, the Right Excellent Most Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey Elementary School. We getting ready, brothers and sisters. That's all we doing. We getting ready, brothers and sisters. Oh, yes. We getting ready, brothers and sisters. That's all we doing. We out here working hard, FDMG. Make sure you hit your PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. Make sure you hit your PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. Make sure you hit your PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. Check a money order, P.O. Box 9634. Check a money order, P.O. Box 9634. Check a money order, P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware, 19809, brothers and sisters. Oh, yes. When you come to the grand opening, drop a donation in the box, brothers and sisters. When you come to the grand opening, you must drop a donation in the box, brothers and sisters. When you come to the grand opening, you must drop a donation in the box. I'm just letting y'all know we working, family. We cleaning up, we working. Finishing up what we started. Institution builder Ifa Tunde. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. Shout out to all my Wilmington, Delaware Africans, my Newark, Delaware Africans, my Dover, Delaware Africans, DC, Baltimore. Y'all know we got that FDMG bus coming from Baltimore for school. Y'all know we got that FDMG bus coming from Philadelphia for school. Y'all know we got that FDMG bus coming from Maryland, Eastern Shore. We got that FDMG bus coming from Camden, New Jersey. We got the FDMG bus coming from Wilmington, Delaware. It's not a game, brothers and sisters. It's not a game, brothers. Where the institution builders at? Because it look like I'm the only one. Where the relevant institution builders at? Because it looks like I'm the only one in the conscious community. Oh, yes. West Virginia Africans. I got to get back to West Virginia. I only been to West Virginia one time. I have only been to West Virginia one time. I have only been to West Virginia one time. School looking good. Thank you, my beautiful African queen. Thank you, my beautiful African lemonade queen. Oh, yes. Yes, brothers and sisters. Yes, brothers and sisters. It's all about King Kong. It's all about King Kong. We not playing. Beautiful moonlight. The beautiful moonlight, brothers and sisters. We out here tonight in the FDMG Park. We out here in the FDMG Park. This is where we're going to have Pan-African Fridays once we open up. When the spring roll around, we're going to be out here in the park, brothers and sisters. We're going to have music. We're going to have movie in the park, food, fellowship. But guess what? You can only come to First Fridays at FDMG. Listen, you can only come to First Fridays at FDMG if you identify as African. Listen to me. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now, the day before Nat Turner's 225th birthday. I'm telling you right now, the day before the prophet Nat Turner's 225th birthday.
But here's where it gets risky at this point. The man could live stream from a broom closet. Talk about institution building, and people would still send donations like it's a GoFundMe revival. And deep down, I think Umar understands this. The moment that school actually opens, if it ever does, the illusion ends. Because once it's real, the dream gets tested. The speeches will have to match the structure, and the donations will have to show real results. So it's easier to never finish, just keep talking, keep collecting, and keep the mystery alive. That's how you trap a movement in an endless loop. What's most surprising now is that Umar doesn't speak like a leader anymore. He sounds more like a celebrity preacher who's fallen in love with his own echo. The man has said peace and Pan-Afrikanism so many times, it feels trademarked. Every live stream starts the same way, as if he's the milk of Cash App. But the truth is, he's not speaking to educate anymore, he's speaking to perform. He's realized that the idea of Pan-Africanism sells better than the actual work behind it. Now, it's all about appearances: who praises him, who criticizes him, and who identifies as African. That's not unity. That's ego wrapped in a dashiki. And I say that with genuine respect.
We gonna have music out here, food. We gonna play a movie. It's gonna be a nice fellowship. Kings with their queens. Queens looking for kings. Kings looking for queens. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Where the school at? I'm gonna get some t-shirts made. They gonna say, where the school at? I'm gonna get some t-shirts made, brothers and sisters. The t-shirts are gonna say, where the school at? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We not playing with y'all. Jean-Jacques Dessalines, Nat Turner Gymnasium. We gonna get this floor shined up again. We not playing with y'all. We not playing no games around here. You either building institutions or you wasting people time. You either building institutions or you wasting people time. It's King Kongalicious right now. It's King Kongalicious right now. It's King Kongalicious right now, brothers and sisters. It's King Kongalicious. Oops. Yeah. Who coming to First Fridays at FDMG, the first Friday of every month for all RBG Pan-Africanists? Oh, yes. For all RBG Pan-Africanists. Check. Hit the PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. I'm at the doorway of Eshu Elegbara. I'm at the doorway of Eshu Elegbara. I'm at the wall of Oguntade. I'm at the wall of Oguntade. Worrying about no haters. Y'all can't stop me. Where the school at? Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. Let them talk, brothers and sisters. Let them talk. Let them talk. Let them talk. Let them talk. I'm walking through the FDMG Park, which will be the site of First Fridays at FDMG. I want to see my Maryland Africans at First Fridays. I want to see my Jersey Africans at First Fridays. I want to see my Pennsylvania Africans at First Fridays. I want to see my Delaware Africans at First Fridays. I want to see my Virginia Africans, my New York Africans, my Massachusetts Africans. I want my California Africans to fly in, my Georgia Africans. You feel me? My Alabama, my Mississippi, my Louisiana, my New Orleans, my Arkansas Africans pull up. Chicago, Detroit, St. Louis pull up to the First Fridays outside. With the movies, the music, the food, but you must be RBG Pan-Africanists. You must be RBG Pan-Africanists. You must be RBG Pan-Africanists. What up, youngin'? Black queens forever, snow bunnies never. You know the rules, youngin', you know the rules. That's the young Wilmington, Delaware supporters of FDMG. We building black manhood all over. We building black manhood all over from the ground up, brothers and sisters. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh, welcome to the Right Excellent, Most Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey Re-Africanization Academy for young men. I said, welcome to the Most Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey Re-Africanization Academy for African males, brothers and sisters. It's not a game no more. It's not a game no more. Why y'all think we playing games? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We not playing no games, brothers and sisters. We not playing no games. Oh, yes. We not playing no games.
There was a time when Dr. Umar spoke truth to power raw, unfiltered, and passionate. He woke many of us up to our history and identity, but somewhere along the way, that mission got overtaken by pride. Now, it's more about status, about proving he's still the top scholar, the most respected voice in the room. It's no longer about progress, it's about popularity. Like, really, you're bragging about being the most requested speaker on 7 continents? Okay, but how does that help the kids in Delaware? They can't learn geography from your ego. That's the problem when ego becomes the goal, progress becomes the casualty. You start chasing validation instead of transformation. And you can hear that shift in his tone. He doesn't teach anymore, he taunts. He says, if you're not a donor, you can't question me, but what real leader tells the people they serve to be quiet? That's not power, that's insecurity. And it's sad because you can tell Umar once had genuine intentions. But somewhere between the speeches and the struggle, the dream turned into a brand and the brand became a mask. Now, instead of teaching freedom, he's selling faith. Faith in him, faith in the illusion, and faith that the school is always almost done. That mask is heavy, but he can't take it off now. Too many people still believe it's his real face. Umar has perfected what you could call the donation hustle. Every live stream follows the same formula. Start with peace and Pan-Afrikanism, sprinkle in we almost done, and then boom, hit the audience with family. Donate to the people. It's like a church service with no sermon, just the offering. He doesn't just ask for money. He conditions people to believe that donating is activism, that giving him $20 somehow advances Black liberation. That's how the donation spell works, through guilt, rhythm, and repetition. Brothers and sisters, hit that Cash App, hit that PayPal, send that money order by the 3rd. Before you know it, your brain says, maybe I should send something. It's psychological. He mixes inspiration with urgency, hope with pressure, and when people hesitate, he turns it on them. If you're not a donor, you can't question me. Translation, pay before you speak. That's how manipulators thrive, by making silence a sign of loyalty, and the pattern never changes. Every year, there's a new crisis. First, it was plumbing, then paint, then floor tiles. Next year, he'll probably say they need donations to feed the ADMITS cat. He's got more updates than progress, but people keep believing because he's mastered emotional rhythm. He doesn't just ask, he chants. He's turned begging into branding, and that's exactly what it is, marketing disguised as a mission. He's not the only one doing it, but he's one of the most skilled at it in the conscious community. Every piece in Pan-Afrikanism is just the opening line of a sales pitch. Every we working brothers and sisters leads straight to another PayPal link. T this point. It's less Marcus Garvey Academy and more make Garvey pay again movement. Let's be honest, FDMG isn't a school. It's a storyline. The never-ending saga of Black consciousness. Every year brings a new plot twist, a new excuse, a new promise, another we are almost done. 1 week it's fixing floors. Next, it's movie nights in the park. Now, it's Pan-African Fridays with food and music. And through it all, the school remains what has always been a dream, forever almost finished.
Why they messing with the reception at the most honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey Re-Africanization Academy for African males? Let them talk, sister. We want them to get all the hate out. We want it all out. We want it all out. Oh, yes. We want it all out. Ooh. We want it all out, brothers and sisters. Let's go. Let's go. Uh-huh. Yes, yes, yes. 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 Do I rub my beard with strawberry mink oil? First of all, I don't rub my beard, young king. I let the Ifa Tunde Queendom take care of the beard. I let the Ifa Tunde Queendom take care of the beard. They make sure we got the juices and berries. They make sure we got the juices and berries. Mm-hmm.
Nurse with the long hair comes suck. I need about 3 weeks of recovery. She's loving me, saying the best part of the day is my half. Feeding me breakfast and giving me a sponge bath. Say I died dead in the streets. I'm getting high, getting on the beach.
Chilling with all my guns, all my women. Let them hate. 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 Hit that PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. Hit that PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. Oh, yes.
We're still waiting on report cards, not ribs and reggae. And if you've noticed, there's a pattern here. He never says when it's opening. It's always soon, always we working, always almost there. That's how you sell hope without results, by keeping timelines vague. So people never start demanding accountability. He paints such a vivid picture that you forget it doesn't exist. Buses from Baltimore, field trips, uniforms, everything sounds planned out. But the school itself, still just a dream. That's the genius behind the illusion. It's cinematic. It gives people something to believe in when reality feels heavy. And that's why people stay attached, because deep down, everyone wants to believe that a Black man can build something powerful without outside help. But Umar took that faith and turned it into a fundraiser. At this point, he's like the Netflix of delusion, new season every year, same cliffhanger ending. And the sad part, the dream itself wasn't bad. A real Pan-African school for Black boys, that's a powerful vision. But instead of blueprints, we got broadcasts. Instead of teachers, we got t-shirts. Now, he's building events instead of education concerts, cookouts, and First Fridays. But you can't feed children with vibes and slogans. Pan-African Fridays only for obs and naturals. The school's still closed, but the gatekeeping is wide open. He's running it like a nightclub, not an academy. And that's the key difference between a movement and a moment. Movements build systems, moments just create memories. Right now, Umar is living off nostalgia, not progress. The school has become his stage, not his mission. And every live stream is just another episode to keep the fantasy alive. That's not leadership, that's performance art.
That's that little cat. Come here, little kitty. I'm gonna make you the FDMG kitten. Come here. We on Dr. Papa Boulevard, Prince of Pan-Africanism Parkway. We on Dr. Papa Boulevard, Prince of Pan-Africanism Parkway. We on Dr. Papa Boulevard, Prince of Pan-Africanism Parkway, brothers and sisters. I appreciate you too, family. Hit the PayPal, paypal.me/who pulling up on the Prince. All right. I got 2 universities this month. I got a university in Texas and a university in Massachusetts. Texas Africans, are you ready? Wednesday, October the 8th, Texas Africans. Texas Africans, I'm pulling up to a university in Texas. And where my Massachusetts Africans, I'm pulling up to a university in Massachusetts. If you need to reach me, you can text me 215-989-9858. If you need to reach me, you can text me 215-989-9858. If you need to reach me, you can text me 215-989-9858. Email princeofpanafricanism@gmail. Email princeofpanafricanism@gmail.com. Email princeofpanafricanism@gmail. Make sure you spell Africa with a K. Make sure you spell Africa with a K. Make sure you spell Africa with a K. The school is in Austin, Texas and Boston, Massachusetts. Austin, Texas and Boston, Massachusetts. Austin, Texas and Boston, Massachusetts. Brothers and sisters, where my Austin, Texas Africans at? Where my where my Brazilian Africans at? Brazil, I will see you next month. Black Power Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, get ready. King Kong consciousness. Prince of Pan-Africanism. Most requested, most relevant, most revolutionary. Oh yes. Brazil, are you ready? Brazil, are you ready? Where my Brazilian Africans at? Where my Ifa devotees of Brazil? Oh, yes.
See, this is the part that really gets to me, family. Because even after all the broken promises, the missed deadlines, the rants, and the ego trips, people still defend this man like he's Moses with a cash app. It's what you could call the Messiah syndrome, that deep need to believe in a savior, even when he keeps letting you down. Umar speaks with confidence. He quotes Garvey, calls out brothers and sisters, and fills the room with conviction. And for many people who never had a strong father figure or a leader who looked like them, that voice feels familiar, it feels like home. But that comfort becomes the trap, because once you start believing someone represents your freedom, you stop holding them accountable. You excuse everything, the lies, the anger, even the scams, simply because he's one of us. That's how false prophets survive, on emotion, not evidence. And Umar understands that. He doesn't appeal to logic. He taps into pain. He knows that as long as he keeps saying they don't want a strong black man to succeed, he can dodge every real question with a single emotional slogan: they are trying to stop me. Brothers and sisters, But no one's stopping him except the truth. The reality is, trauma makes people loyal to the wrong leaders. We get so used to disappointment that when someone simply sounds confident, we mistake that for strength. And that's what the Umar movement thrives on, hope mixed with heartbreak. People want to believe they're part of something historic, a black school, a black leader, a black future. So when critics speak up, supporters take it personally, like someone's attacking the dream, not the man mismanaging it. But here's the truth. Accountability isn't hate, and questioning the messenger isn't betrayal. The only way to break free from this Black Messiah syndrome is to understand that we don't need a Messiah at all. What we really need are structures, integrity, and systems, not saviors. But of course, that doesn't sound as exciting as someone shouting, "Hit the papal," in 4,000. And that's exactly why the show keeps going, because the real reason Umar is still thriving after 14 years of being almost done is simple. There's no accountability in the conscious community. You can scam, rant, disappear for months, and the moment you come back shouting peace and Pan-Africanism, people welcome you right back and everybody forgets again. It's like a toxic relationship. He disappoints people, then comes back with another speech, and suddenly everyone's hopeful again, thinking maybe this time it'll be different. Accountability means transparency, evidence, and follow through. But Umar twisted it. He made accountability sound like disrespect. If you question him, you're suddenly anti-African. No, that's not anti-African, that's anti-nonsense. Wearing kente cloth and quoting Garvey doesn't excuse missing funds, locked school doors, or vague plans. When people donate, you owe them clear answers. The truth is, the conscious community has treated its leaders like celebrities for too long. We applaud their charisma instead of their consistency. We defend personalities instead of principles. That's how Umar can say wild things one day, ask for donations the next, and still get support, because his brand has become more powerful than his integrity. He turned a movement into a marketplace. Lectures became live streams. Consciousness became commerce. The worst part, no one with real influence holds him accountable. Whenever someone with status questions him, he shifts the narrative suddenly. It's about unity again, and critics fall silent. That's how hustlers protect themselves. They hide behind history. Mention Garvey, shed a tear about oppression, and the donations start flowing again. And if anyone dares to ask, where's the school? The comments flood with accusations. Why are you tearing down another black man? But asking for accountability isn't tearing anyone down, it's what protects the next generation from getting fooled again. Umar doesn't keep going because he's right. He keeps going because he's mastered the art of emotional slogans. He survives because too many people are afraid to admit they were fooled. And that's the sad truth. We protect our pain like it's pride. When you really sit back and think about the whole Umar situation, it's no longer just about him. It's about how easily we hand over our trust to anyone who sounds confident, how quickly we crown leaders, and how rarely we question them afterward. We keep saying we need more schools, more leaders, but what we truly need is more integrity. Because if a movement isn't built on truth, it's just another hustle, only dressed in better branding. And that's exactly what this has become. A dream that started with purpose slowly turned into performance art. Maybe the real question isn't where's the school? Maybe it's why did we need a savior in the first place? Because when you wait for someone else to save you, you forget the power was in you all along. We've got to stop worshiping personalities and start building real visions. Less speeches, more structure. Less hashtags, more hard work. Less hit the Cash App, and more kids actually learning. Until that shift happens, the cycle will keep repeating. New rant, new excuse. Same empty building. So ask yourself, do you really think FDMG is opening soon? Or is Umar just keeping the dream alive so the donations never stop? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to know where your head's at.